Hello there, it's Mary Sheila, and I am so excited to have Dr. Ed Bauman in the flesh to talk to you all about just share more wisdom around nutrition. And I want to share a little bit about how we got connected and how some of the things that I did and that Ed did really helped me with my career, and to give you permission and insight and inspiration to do similar things. And I also want to give Dr. Ed Bauman a chance to share what he's been up to and share some words of wisdom that he has for you as a nutrition professional.
Happy to do so.
Awesome.
So what's your version of how we met? And then I'll give you my version.
Okay, that sounds good.
Briefly.
Yeah, so, well, I went to Bauman College, as you know, and in the Pengrove office, so Ed was actually taught a couple of the classes that we did. And then when we had our graduation ceremony, we did it at my house, and Ed came over and, cooked up some food. We all cooked up some food. It was really nice. It was a really hot day. And not too long after I graduated, I was sort of spinning my wheels, and I wasn't sure what to do next. And you know that one of the things that I teach is to tap into your personal list of contacts, and I call it your own personal Rolodex. So I was kind of spinning my wheels, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to send Ed an email and just see if there's anything that he needs help with or that he has thoughts for me to do. And I did. And he said, well, actually, we're starting this cleanse program.
That's right.
Which was super close to my house at a high-end spa in West Sonoma County. Maybe you can be a part of it.
Right.
And I was like, okay.
What do I do?
Yeah, exactly. And, the funny thing is that shortly, so we did that, and it was great. And we did it with all their employees, and then they wanted to launch it out to the public. And I think you did not want the job of, and maybe they of being that lead nutrition consultant. You had enough on your plate.
Yeah.
And then it was offered to me. I had already done the run through. And then I ended up having an office in town right next door to the spa owner. So it just was synchronicity, magic, perfect. And it launched me on my career.
Yep.
And then let's just fast forward a little bit more. I was seeing what was happening at Bauman, and I noticed there was a big shift. And I had been practicing for a few years at that point. And I emailed Ed and said, hey, looks like you're changing your program. Do you need another teacher? And the next thing I knew, I started teaching at Bauman College. And he said, yeah, you could teach the liver module. And I was like, oh my gosh. I probably spent, weeks preparing for that class. And I'll just share this, not to be all boastful, but that very first class that I taught that I worked so hard on, when I finished the class, the students stood up and gave me a standing ovation.
As they should.
Yeah, so that's you probably have a similar version, but...
In the interest of time, I'll validate it. But I met Mary Sheila before she went to school.
That's right.
And she brought a guy with cancer to see me. And she was not a practitioner, but she was kind of a caregiver. We all caregivers. We all have relatives and friends and so forth. And, that was cool.
That's right.
Yeah.
My very first client, all I did was cook for him because I wasn't a consultant, but I took him to see who I thought would be the best person to see. And which was Ed. And then I also took him to an Ayurvedic practitioner, which was what I needed to do, right? When you don't have all the resources, you find them and you make sure you know what you're doing.
So let me reinforce what you're saying to people who are new in the field, building businesses, finding their way. I started early on with a vision, and that vision has guided me 45, 50 years. So find your vision, follow your vision, and don't doubt it ever. Okay. And it was really about my love of holistic health, nutrition, healing, nature, food, people, community. That's the whole deal. Yeah. It's not that hard to materialize when you look for kindred souls. you look for people who share the same vision, the same belief system, the same lifestyle. Now, for you guys, you gals, is you want to be a mentor. You are a mentor. So it's difficult for students to get out of the student role into the teacher role. You're not a prescriber. You're not a doctor. You're not a fixer. You're a teacher. Wherever you are, you're teaching. Wherever you are, you're sharing information, insight, and ideas that can help people if they want to be helped. So that's my style. That's how I am. That's how I work. That's how I teach. Now, if you're new and you're starting out, write, articulate, get a voice, find a voice. Don't just copy 4 people. Don't parrot me or Mary Sheila, because you'll never be me and you'll never be her and we'll never be you. So what's beautiful is this whole kind of notion of health and healing and food is always evolving, and God works through us. So really a good thought and a good inspiration and a good articulation enables you to get up and share with people. And the difficulty we have is we're trying to fix complex problems that are not fixable. So your focus is not on curing disease, but on teaching people to be well. Well, that goes back to diet, lifestyle, and attitude at its core. Then as you're out there kind of on your own, you go, well, who would I like to spend time with? Well, Mary Sheila, Ed Bauman, people like us, because we're good people. And we like teaching, and we need help. I have so many projects, I would never have started a school or a clinic or written books or anything if I didn't have collaboration. So when you're coming in, you come in on the low end of the totem pole. You come in as a volunteer. I want to volunteer and help you. What kind of help do you need? And the person goes, well, I need some research or some cooking or whatever it is. Okay, fine, I will do that. Okay? Then if you have rapport and skill, which I'll bet you do, if you're doing what you love, you do, then you go, can I be an assistant and get paid? So Mary Sheila started off with me as a volunteer. She's a capable person. I could recognize that quickly. And then I passed responsibility and started to pay her. And then she became a leader, and then I backed off because I have other things to do. I'm planting seeds, I'm starting programs, I'm building a profession, and I want each of you to have, something you can contribute to it. And then my real joy is always watching graduates blossom. And my great sadness is when graduates can't seem to find their way. Well, we need to have a supportive community. So the kinds of mentoring that Mary Sheila offers and others, and including myself, I think is really important because we learn from apprenticing. The greatest learning mode is to be with people, observe people, take on responsibility, and then even show leadership, because there's not one way to do things. I mean, really it boils down to you have a belief system you want everyone to fit into, and then your job is to fit everybody into your box. I don't do that. My thing is we're all shapes and we're all forms and we're all beings, and I want to find something that helps them, be fit and be well and make good choices, even if it's a choice that didn't work. It's good they made the choice. I have clients, tell me what to do, tell me what to do. I go, well, I can give you ideas, but I need you to think for yourself. And you tell me what you're trying and doing and thinking, and get proactive and be engaged. There's a term I just heard, you probably know it, because Mary Sheila's really in now, man. She is like in, she's a brand, she's a style, is prosumer. A prosumer is a proactive consumer.
Ooh, I like that.
That's who we want to find.
Yeah.
We want prosumers. We want people who are really excited about what we're excited about and want to develop skills, not necessarily professional, but basically they want to be part of a learning community or a growing community or do good stuff.
They want what we got.
Yeah, so really your next step is look for the people in your world who you'd like to be closer to and invite yourself to volunteer and give. Also, if you're building a business and there's 2 points of view on this, mine and the rest of the world's, is don't overcharge. Don't overcharge. Yes, you're worth a lot of money, but people may not have a lot of money. And the limiting problem in our whole profession is it's too expensive for people to do for a long period of time. Now, again, if you're in the country club and you're at the top of the food chain and you can work with people who can pay hundreds and thousands of dollars, that's great. Do it. And then you'll also have time to help people who are lower on the food chain and lower on the socioeconomic chain and do service. Because service is how you grow your spirit. Service is how you learn about human beings and human behaviors, and you realize that eating well can be magically transformative without buying product. We live in a product-driven society, and all the companies are wanting us to sell their products, and they're good products. They are. But sustainability, affordability, a little bit questionable.
Yeah, good points. Really good points.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the idea around collaboration and like find your people. And also, you know, every person out there who needs us is not going to be our client, but you do, on the same vein, you want the people that are seeking that, the prosumers.
Prosumers. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Uh-huh.
So you are running Bauman College, and
Yeah.
you are also doing lots of other things. You want to just talk about some of the things you're up to these days?
So I founded a nutrition consultant program for a nonprofit 30 years ago. And then it became branded as Bauman College. So Bauman College is, you know, what we do, who we are. So it's got my name on it. And just like a child, you know, I have to support my child. So I retired 3 years ago and started Bauman Wellness, which is my own education and consulting practice, which I do. And really my goal is to take companies and teams and organization and teach them wellness, not just nutrition, but all wellness, to create a positive shift in outcome, cost savings, and health. So that's what I do. And I continue to write. So a book that I've recently brought out, and you'll see this on the video, is called Affordable Nutrition, because as I was saying, affordability is important. And back in the day, we were hunters and gatherers. Now we're shoppers.
Yeah.
So we gather our food, we get it by going to markets or stores or farmer direct and all that. So 10 years ago, my daughter created this program, which we then called transitional nutrition, for women who are coming out of battered relationships and gaining life skills to go out into the world. So it's great. And we did it at COTS, or Mary Isaac Center, and it was a great success. And Irema was one of our teachers 10 years ago. And we did community outreach then because we could. We had extra money, so we could pay, you know, I'm a big believer in service, as we know. And then I brought this back with the title Affordable Nutrition, and it goes through lessons, through 6 lessons. It's a program. It's not just a book, but it's a program. So it could be your program, if you're interested, of teaching locally wherever you are, or virtually, because certainly it's a virtual universe now. And it goes through basic principles of eating for health, and shopping, and meal planning, and recipes, and basic things. So I'm very excited. It's available through Amazon, it's available through me, Bauman Wellness, and I can also mentor people in how to get that program started. And what I want, which is sort of my big goal, is our profession to be part of mainstream education and healthcare delivery. Not to be an alternative, interesting novelty, but to be really right down the middle of Highway 101. So my goal, and maybe some of you can help make this a reality, and soon, is have it be part of public health. Have it be part of community services. Have it be part of community clinics. Because group education is cost effective.
Yeah.
Group education creates social learning.
Mm-hmm.
People are trying things. We're not a sage on the stage or a guide on the side. So it's not how smart you are. It's how well you're able to teach really simple, basic things that are intrinsic to us about how to buy food locally and cost effectively, how to organize food, and the real kind of basic. And this could go into a school system. This could go into public schools or charter schools. This could be taught through a church. This could be taught through, again, recovery centers and aging centers. But what I understand from my students, they like curriculum. And I can write curriculum. So this is really a resource for nutrition and health professionals. It can be a service in a doctor's office. So if you have a clinical aspiration, and I run clinics and work with doctors and deal with seriously ill people, you can do affordable nutrition programs in the waiting room on a Thursday night or Saturday morning. The doctor can send his patients or her patients to you, and you're talking about simple things and doing food demos of things that we do, and people are reporting successes and challenges and getting it going. And this is a really useful resource, affordable nutrition, and that term really speaks to the average person. Even people with money don't like to spend too much at whole paycheck, or just buying food at Walmart or Costco because it's cheaper. That's not part of our community cultural value system. So I'm happy to share this with people, and you can contact me at bowmanwellness@gmail.com for more info
Perfect.
on this thing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Cool. That's exciting.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, group education, and I know that's what so many of us want to be doing, instead of just the one-on-one. Although people still need that high touch sometimes, but then we can be in community and feel, our clients and group participants can feel like they are not alone. Other people are feeling similar things, and they can form friendships around that. And it is so powerful and so much fun. So, yeah. Well, awesome.
Good to be with you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and thank you for tuning in. And I'll have some links down below if you want to reach out to Ed and follow up. Thank you.
Be well.